Cheers, everybody, and welcome to the Driver Recruiting Happy Hour podcast. My name is Darin Williams. I'm the president of CDLjobs.com. With me, as always, is the president of 10-4 Recruiting and a man who just narrowly lost his bid to become the Tennessee Congressman, Matt Beach.
So,
Beach,
short
in
of
retrospect, was it a good idea to wear jorts and an American flag blazer to all your fundraisers?
Well, I always want to say, first of all, thank you for America. Thank you for my mom, dad. Love you for all the wonderful things.
Do you think they would vote for you if you ran for Congress?
No.
Your parents would not vote for you.
No, not. They would go. We're already smelling through the bullshit. We're not doing this. No.
Out.
Get your name off the ballot. Now
we know this.
We have a niche here in Chattanooga. There's at least there's 17 of us that when we go vote, we have to at least write in one person's name. And so this year I was the chosen one for a write-in for a particular spot. And I got 17 votes. I'll say that.
So do you get is it enough to get your name on the TV scroller?
No, not even enough. Not even a percent. Nothing. Not even that. And so, but still, it's nice to know that I was voted for, because that's the one thing is, especially in our neighborhood, you're not supposed to have like any political signs. I'm like, well, I'm going to have a political sign because it's my yard, right? And the HOA is like, oh, you can't. I'm like, we're putting a sign out. So
in place of the Halloween decorations.
Yeah, I just want to do. All I want to do is hold on a second. I just want to go in and just have a sign made. That is nothing that just says vote Beach. I don't care whatever it is. And they're like, well, what are you running for? I don't know. Just vote. Just go put my name down.
Would it still be your face, like the stickers?
Yeah. I mean, the sticker thing is just, it's blown up, right? I mean, I've got some right here. Look at this. It's just like a deck of cards. It's a deck of Beach.
Beach. It's a beach. All right. Holy cow. That's a good place to stop that.
But I just want to be able to I just want to put a sign out there that says vote Beach, and people are like, what is he running for?
What are you running for?
What's he doing? And just stir it up. Yeah,
well, I served as the mayor of my small town several years ago, and somebody with the name Williams was running for Senate or Congress or something. I don't even know. And so signs started popping up, and people thought I had lost my mind and decided to go for some regional or state government, which I have not, will not. But anyway, enough about that. Enough about politics. Holy cow, we're going to get canceled. We should be canceled.
That's fine.
Yeah, it'd be best. But hey, Beach, our guest today is the CEO of Trucking Clicks with an L, Aaron Craddock. Aaron, tell the story about what Beach thought you were doing when you met him.
Yeah.
What your website was.
Yeah. So I was at an industry conference not too long ago and I came up the escalator and I was like, hey, Matt, I've seen your stuff on social media a few times. I know we haven't talked that many times. And he was staring at my name tag and he's like, Trucking Chicks? And I was like, and we just had a good laugh over that. And again, there's, a million different business ideas in the space. It wouldn't be.
And I think that could be it. That could be the one.
Somebody's registering the name right now.
Yeah, I should have gone ahead and bought the domain.
There you go.
Well, already, that's how part of it. Already, it's truckingchicks.net.
.net. Yeah, let's make it more sketchy. I like it.
Oh, me.
So tell us a little bit about Trucking Clicks, Aaron.
Yeah, so
5 minutes, this 5 cent tour.
All right, I'll do the quick version. So I've been in the space about 11 years and worked at one of the larger digital.
You can say it.
Randall Riley for a number of
years.
I
didn't know it was that. You shouldn't have said that.
And then
what are you doing?
I had a great career there. Really enjoyed my time and built out the performance marketing department from around 4 people to 60 people. And then flash forward a few years, like I was working on some moonshot projects, doing addressable TV in the transportation space. and a few other things. And I get called in one day and lose my job. And that, that was a hard moment, and spent a little time reflecting I went and got a Diet Cherry Limeade and was sipping on it by the river. I remember that distinctly. I highly recommend it from Sonic. And then I was like, how do I tell my wife I got laid off? And long story short, the next day at 8 a.m., I started working on Craddock Holdings at the time, which was our general marketing brand, doing marketing for a bunch of different companies and real estate and other markets for a while as I waited out my non-compete, and then got back into the trucking industry. And we launched truckingclicks.com at Matt's last year. Our team has over $150 million in ad buying experience in the driver recruiting space, and over 50 years experience. And so, but we're still, a small team of 9, and do driver recruitment marketing.
And we kind of connected because I saw that story on LinkedIn, and chimed in that's kind of how I started what I do. Had a very similar, except I was kind of
It wasn't
I
cherry
quit.
limeade, was it?
And there was no cherry limeade. Be better than that, Beach. I went.
Now, Aaron, I wasn't meaning to laugh, but it was just like I just got a cherry limeade and just had to sit down for figure things out. Because it would have not have been a cherry limeade.
Yeah,
there was a drink involved. It was not a cherry limeade.
I would have come on. No.
My wife was at home on bed rest expecting our second child when I quit my job with no plan. Yeah. Wasn't very popular decision in the Williams household.
I can't imagine.
But it all turned out well.
Yeah, my wife's first question was, do we have to sell the house? And thankfully, I didn't take a paycheck for a couple of years out of the business, but we didn't have to sell our house. So we still got that going for us. So
having a place to live is always nice.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. My wife's first question was, well, what are you going to do? And I said, well, right now I'm going to go cut the grass. And we'll figure it out later. And it came. It works. It's a great industry to be in. And Randall, Pettis Randall was kind of the godfather of all this stuff, man. If you trace it back to him and Marvin Shefsky and even Keith Pollard was kind of a guy, that's still around. Keith's still in the business, but Randall Riley's been a stronghold in this industry for as long as I've been in it. And I started in 93, I think.
Yeah, I actually remember having a lunch with Mike Riley, and I was asking him, again, I'm always business focused. I was like, what stock should I invest in? And he was like, Aaron, you need to invest in yourself, like invest in your own business and your own opportunity at some point. And so I kind of remembered, when I got laid off, I kind of remembered that and went with it. So good group.
Yeah, well, congratulations. It seems to have been a successful move for you.
Yeah, there's been ups and downs. Like there was one time early where we lost all of our business like on a Thursday. Yeah, we had
like every client said we were taking this month off.
Yeah. It was before we got back into trucking.
Right back to the cherry limeade.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go to the park and sit on my bench with the cherry limeade. I'll be right back.
I debated that. I probably did, honestly. I still have one of those at least once a week. But but the next day, just kind of a story of God providing. The next day, it was on a Friday, and then Monday was the start of the month. We had a new deal roll in that ended up being as much revenue as we had lost. So it's within 24 hours, and that's kind of the story of the entrepreneurial journey. It's it can change every 24 hours. It's you're pulling your hair out and things on fire.
Look, I've been in it a lot longer than you have. Look what happened to me.
Yeah. So I guess my destiny is this hair.
See, it started off great. Now I've got this little island right here, and I have to shave it because it's just separating from its continent. It's just.
That's
Beach is still young enough that he could grow hair if he wants to. I'm kind of that ship.
No. It's like if I grew my hair out right now, I would look like Gallagher. And rest in peace, by the way, Gallagher.
Oh, let's do that.
Wouldn't that be great?
Absolutely. If you did that, if you started that right now, by the recruit and retain conference in February, it would be prime time.
It is No Shave November, so I think that should apply to your hair.
I did a mustache, and I wasn't like it didn't fit well. Let's just say that it didn't look good.
I feel like that would make better stickers if you make it a little more unique. This little
Exactly
pro going on in the back, and then
Gallagher haircut and a Fu Manchu. I say we let the people decide.
I agree. And on top of that, what is the best sonic drink? For me, it is a Route 44 Diet Dr. Pepper with real cherries and real strawberries added.
That sounds strong. I want to hear.
It's a strong move. It's a strong play, and it is strong all over. I mean, it's just strong flavor. The whole thing is just amazing.
And it's got
so as someone who's older than you guys and is watching his cholesterol, and I don't think I've ever had a fountain drink from Sonic. Apparently you can make your own, you mix and match these things. It's not, you just don't order a Diet Coke.
No, you don't want to go. You don't go through the line. You don't sit in the line for that long just to order a large Diet Coke. You've got to add.
It's got to be some sort of circus thing.
Yeah, give me a Diet Coke with nerd candy added to it. That's exactly what I want.
Are you making that up, or will they really do that?
Yeah, they'll do that.
Yeah. I need to try the nerds in my Diet Cherry Limeade. I might mix it up and do a post.
You should. So my son gets a blue Powerade Blast with nerd candy added to it.
That's
awesome. It's tasty. Let's just say that.
That sounds like more sugar than you should have in a month.
Yeah. That's why 13
all for 99 cents.
See, Matt and I are at least getting the fake sugar that's even worse for us, in
the diet. Try it, Larry, with nerds in it. Yeah.
My whole thing is I'm just hoping that when I add like a good bourbon to it, it just burns up that bad stuff, and I'm just left with flavor and something.
Don't mix good bourbon with nerd candy.
I don't think he's saying at the same time. I think
I'm just talking about like a Coke Zero, this aspartame, or what is it? What's the fake sugar called? What is it? Just fake sugar. It doesn't really hurt me.
High fructose syrup.
Yeah, the bourbon's actually burning it up, and so it helps in my digestive system. So in my mind, I'm okay.
See, people didn't know they were coming here for health advice, but
there you go.
Well, if they were, there's kind of things.
Yeah, if they came here for health advice, bourbon and nerd soda is probably not the best idea.
So trucking clicks. How many people you got right now working with you?
We have nine people right now. But in the the name of the game is cash flow and making sure we don't burn up all our resources. So a lot of our team is fractional. So we have some people on the team that may work 10 hours a week, 20 hours a week. And then we have 4 full-time folks on the team right now. So
you have a brick and mortar standalone place, or is it remote? Everything remote?
So we planned on being in office out of co-working spaces. And so our main office is in Tuscaloosa. And so we have an office there, but only one person works out of it. I just moved to Austin, Texas about 4 months ago. And we have an office in Giddings, Texas as well. And so I was actually in that office yesterday. We had some client meetings in person, and then working out of my house today. So because of COVID, we shifted our model from mostly in-person teams to now just letting people work from wherever.
It may have been the biggest benefit of the pandemic is the education that people went through. And I'll tell you, I mean, there was a lot of people that were on the forefront of it. Matt works for one of them. That started figuring out how to do orientations, which I thought was going to kill our industry. Specifically my business, that nobody's going to need truck drivers because they can't send them to orientation. And people much smarter than I figured out how to do that online. And I think it was a huge shove in the right direction for our industry that tends to lag a little bit behind the other industries. We're kind of at the backside of the bell curve usually. When it comes to technology, that really was a boost, I think.
I think it jumped us forward like 5 years easily, in terms of just the digital communication and ability for people to work from wherever. It's been really cool.
So I noticed you have an MBA. Does that come from the University of Alabama?
It does. Roll Tide, actually.
Is that in crayon, or how does the Alabama MBA? Is that on construction paper?
Yeah,
like
it's
with
on like a
Googly eyes or a big star? What is it?
They spring for the heavy card stock with crayon.
It's those light bright push things. You know what I'm talking about?
Fade it in. Yep.
We have to get that. There's a lot of people, a lot of Alabama people in our industry, a lot
So
of Alabama
favorite-
fans, and
Isn't that weird? Like how much of the industry is
It's
in
all in Alabama.
Tennessee?
because
well,
it all started
Tennessee,
in Anniston, Alabama.
Alabama,
Yeah.
and then a little bit of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. That's
Now-
kind of the central.
Well,
Favorite
the
barbecue in
the
Tuscaloosa.
digest size books, which are kind of a little bit of a dinosaur anymore. There's still at least one or two that are very popular out there. But when they started, Marvin Shefsky started them in Atlanta. And then there was I can't remember the name of the company that got this thing going, but that gave you your Keith Pollards and the guys that all started, and they were all from Anniston, Alabama. And when they quit working, together, that one started another one, and pretty soon you've got 20 of them all right there, all very successful, and then did a great job. But man, it was kind of crazy for a while there.
And most of them are still in the industry too. Like we've had, a few,
a lot of people.
a few leave the industry in the last 5 years, maybe, but most of them are still at it all over the place.
Yeah.
Well, what's favorite barbecue in Tuscaloosa?
Ooh, I guess I would have to go. There's Nick's and the Sticks. It's kind of an off the grid place. I know most people say Dreamland, but
Well, see, I would go to the original Dreamland and get just a rack, just give me a rack of ribs, and then I would go to Archibald's and get the sauce.
Yep.
That's all I wanted. I hated their ribs, but I love Archibald's sauce. And I loved Archibald's, but I hated Dreamland sauce. I just they finally caught on what I was doing, and the guy was like, here's your little thing of salt, but you're gonna pay $20 for it.
Yeah, this is probably an insult to Alabama, but I've had better barbecue here so far. So
In Austin?
there's a place called Rudy's. That's like it's like out of a gas station, like the one I go to. But
gas
like
station.
No, but it has brisket that is phenomenal.
Well, see now it's like
We went Sunday.
Buc-ee's is like supposedly known for their brisket.
So yeah, I haven't gotten brisket there, but I was but coming back from our Giddings, Texas office yesterday, I was at Buc-ee's and had to not buy my son more Buc-ee's toys. Those are his favorite.
I went to one on right outside of Corbin, Kentucky, and just like not impressed. The bathrooms very clean. I enjoyed the bathroom experience.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think not a fan. I walked in, I was like, "Get me out of here! Get me out of here!" I was claustrophobic. Didn't want to deal with it.
All right. From someone who lives above the Mason-Dixon line, what is Buc-ee's?
Oh my gosh, where have you been, bro?
Iowa.
So
I've never heard. I don't know what Buc-ee's
it is a giant gas station. That is kind of what it started with clean bathrooms, but it has just amazing food, beef jerky. I mean, it's like a whole shopping experience.
Convenience store.
Yeah, we're not going to get sponsored by Buc-ee's by no means after what I just said.
Well, not after what you just said.
No, I wasn't over the top. Wasn't over the top. Everybody's like, we got to drive. So there's like a Buc-ee's that's literally, I don't know, 30 minutes down the road, and people wake up in the morning on Saturday like, gotta go to Buc-ee's. We gotta go shopping. We gotta get Christmas gifts. We gotta do all this. I mean, but I hear like my sister just says that it is the best brisket ever.
Yeah. They have a brisket sandwich that's really good. So my son, guess what my son was for Halloween?
Buc-ee's.
You got context. So yes, my mom bought him a Buc-ee's costume, and so he was a little Buc-ee running around.
Is Buc-ee a beaver?
Beaver, yes.
He's a beaver. Hey, how about that?
My son was rocking the beaver tail and Buc-ee costume. He got so many compliments. He's a celebrity. Buc-ee's
He's a celebrity. A celebrity in Austin or Tuscaloosa? I mean, where city are we?
This is Austin. They have one close to Tuscaloosa now.
There's got to be one closer, but there's got to be one up in Iowa. I bet there is.
I've never heard of it.
I can't believe it.
It just started expanding out of Texas not too long ago.
They won't take truck drivers.
Yeah.
Well, why would we want them as a sponsor?
Well, I know, but I'm just saying they won't take you. It's like the big thing, but no truck drivers allowed. It's like, huh?
I think about that every
specifically
time
say
I
that.
pass the sign. Yeah, it has a sign when I drove in yesterday. It has no in the little semi truck.
Yep.
Wow.
I mean, the gas is how many gas pumps do you think there are? At least 200.
Yeah, that's probably not far fetched. I mean, they're on all sides.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, the place is like, I mean, the parking lot and gas pumps like the size of a Walmart parking lot.
But they don't have road fuel diesel.
Yeah, they do for your standard truck.
Yeah, well, yeah, like number 2 diesel or whatever. So,
yeah.
But they won't even let a driver pull a semi in there just to stop and go buy his kid a Bucky's costume.
Nope.
You'd have to park next door.
Yep.
Huh. That seems like a bold business decision.
It is.
They're rocking it.
They're blowing it up. Blowing it up.
I had to not buy the Bucky little stuffed animal that had a Santa Claus beard yesterday. So, yep.
Hey, so Aaron, I have another industry question. What do you find it most challenging about the trucking industry, especially on the side of the business you're on?
Oh man, that's a tough question. I think it's still talent, like just the amount of expertise you have to understand the applicant tracking systems, to understand the industry terms, to understand just the different marketing techniques. It's unlike any other industry, like just in terms of lead gen, the way you do it. And so, yeah, I would say just still there's more talent in the industry now than, when I started a decade or so ago, but there's still not. I mean, you still have to, I'm just finding that you still have to train a lot of new talent just to get, because I mean, a lot of times it takes 5 years before you even understand. I mean, I'm still learning new terminology today and new systems, new vendors, it's just its own unique separate ecosystem. I would kind of be curious what y'all's thoughts are on that.
I created a crossword puzzle for people coming new into the industry. For recruiters.
Yes, I need this.
I'll send it to you. And so it is actually, it's tough. It's tough. I even created it and went back through it and forgot and missed several of the answers going, what the heck what was my brain thinking?
I want to try to do it with no help and see how.
Yeah. See how good you come out of. Yeah. Of like.
That might be the most beach thing that's ever been said in this podcast. You designed the crossword and then you couldn't complete it.
Failed it. I even wrote the word. I was like, I know it don't fit, but it makes the other one fit. Like it was.
We might have to edit
it was HAZMA. I was like, I really need that in. I'm going with it.
We may need to edit
about
that
the same.
out.
Hazmat.
Well, I can tell you when I started in the industry, I didn't know anything from anything. And I went through a 2.5-day driver orientation. They gave me a pad of paper and a telephone and said, hire drivers. That was it. Go.
Mm-hmm.
Baptism by fire.
How'd you do out of the gate?
It was a struggle.
Yeah.
And you know what's really scary? 30 years later, there's still some companies that do that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So here, go talk to someone about something you have mention the word CPM and then explain to them exactly what that is. I have no idea what
Sell them on
it. What about percentage? What about this? I mean, it's one of the, I thought, and a lot of them are, but I had a huge bump. So all my recruiters, we've got 44 recruiters right now. And they're all 1099 independent contractors. My whole main focus is if I could find everyone that knew 10th Street experience, which the majority of them do, but the ones who've never done it before, it's about a 2-week, 3-week process of training them, kind of like we were saying, getting to know the verbiage and what to say and getting that script down, But, I thought, man, surely what the people who would win in this is, especially the ones who have never done this industry before, is the ones who who can call people to say, hey, you need to pay your medical bill. Right. And how they get hung up on and told multiple times where you can go do it yourself and everything else. And so I'm like, I want those people. I want those people who can make 100 calls. Like your mentality is, I can pick up that phone right there and I can make 100 calls a day with no problem. Boom. I need you, because to me, that's one of the hardest parts.
Yeah.
Is being able to, can your mentality, are you okay to sit here and do this? Because if you're not, that's to me is a thing that I can't teach. I can't force you to do this, because if you don't like it, no, I can't. I can train you on what to say. I can give you a script. I can show you how to maneuver within the ATS. But other than that, if you're not willing to do this, and then you're not okay with people telling you no, out of 100 calls, 90 of them are going to tell you no, or you're not going to get an answer. That's tough.
Yeah. I struggle with that. Like just getting told no. Like I'm such a people pleaser and getting told no, like as we're trying to make a sale or prospect a new client, like a lot of times I won't make the calls because I don't want the potential of someone saying no. So I definitely couldn't do 100 calls a day.
Yeah, it's tough. Any persistence. It's a sales job now. It's no longer, I mean, we call it recruiting, but it's sales. You've got to have plans and processes and follow up,
100%.
organizational. I mean,
Yep.
it's just not the way it used to be. And honest, when I started, again, it's been almost 30 years. I was a glorified order taker. We had a package that sold itself. Wrote down information, got them into orientation, and we went. It was very simple. It's changed a lot.
Were there even applicant tracking systems back then, or was that before?
No, there wasn't even computers back then, Aaron. Seriously, I was doing it on a steno pad and a pencil. No joke. All our papers, everything we did for the DOT was paper.
Rolodex.
Fred Flintstone was my first boss. Yeah, it was the inception of all that started shortly thereafter, but I mean, nothing like it is today. We were placing newspaper ads, magazine ads, and that was it.
I find it super interesting that, I was at Covenant Transport for a long time, and then looking back at some of their old school photos, it was like everyone was forced, like you had to wear a uniform. Uniform was a suit and a tie. Every day you showed up, it was a suit and tie back. And then I'm like, to recruit, they're like, oh yeah, you do. You showed up in nice dress. You had to. I'm like, what for? Well, and then you had something like, we got to be right back. That's what we need to bring back. I'm like, oh no, I want to wear my camo.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. But I remember I was part of that during that phase when they started transitioning out of that, business attire to that more business casual type scenario, and which I love, but at the same time, it's just neat to see that transition just in business in general, just how, and now like what you talk about, here we are, majority of us are working from home.
Yeah.
And I would find it interesting. I would find it would be interesting to know actually wherever that data is to go, is it more productive now or is it less productive?
Yeah.
Than it was? And I don't know. I mean, I like work from home. Don't get me wrong, the freedom of it. I come to office 4 days a week just to be able to kind of get, because it's hard for me to be at home. I am the dog from Up, squirrel, literally looking at the window constantly.
Me too.
Yeah, and so I just can't. It's tough. I've got to be in an office box type setting to be able to fully focus and get stuff done. Other than that, I'm like, that's got to be fixed over there. Look at that leg of that chair. It's crooked.
Yeah.
Now I got to go fix that.
I used to be that way, and that's why, I mean, when I started, I worked out of my home. And it got to the point where we needed to buy an office and go that route. And now I work from home at least 3 days a week.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm perfect. I think I am more productive when I work from home. I don't know. It's just a complete mind shift than what it was for me 20 years ago.
Yeah, I'm still about 50% as productive from home, about half. Like, cause same thing, like I'll be like, oh, I need to fix just
So-
whatever.
So Aaron, what's the future look like? Are you gonna stick slow, kind of focus your efforts specifically to trucking now? Or are you still doing other industries? Are you gonna go back to that? What's
It better
what's
be,
the
it's
deal?
called trucking chicks, clicks. It better be.
Besides truckingchicks.com?
So truckingclicks.com. We're right now 100% focused on transportation. We do have some other client leads that come into us, and we've been giving those to partner companies that we've trained up. And so I have other people running those with their own businesses. Even some people on the team have marketing companies on the side. And so we'll funnel that business over to their business. Just because like I missed the trucking industry, having to, I was in it 9 years and then had to be out for 2. And I didn't know that I would miss the trucking industry as much as I did, but I did. And I just think there's a lot of opportunity to improve the industry. And both of y'all have been a part of that in y'all's businesses and in innovating and coming up with new processes. And I think, we're just going to focus on truckingclicks.com right now. There is, in the long-term plan, like to have different companies like realestateclicks.com and, student recruitment and stuff like that. But right now we're just really narrow focus, and you kind of have to be with a limited number of resources and team members. So we're all in on trucking, and we 5X the company last year and then about doubled this year. And our goal is to double again this next year. And so, we think there's just a lot of opportunity in innovating in the trucking space. So, and that's where most of our expertise is on the team. Everybody I've been hiring.
Nice.
Well, Aaron, thank you for joining us today. Don't completely close the door on the truckingchicks.net thing.
No, go with it.
we'll-
Run with it. We're giving you the
talk.
opportunity to take.
We'll
take
talk. We'll see where that takes us. But hey, thanks again for joining us. I know we brought you out of your comfort zone a little bit today, but it was good for all of us.
I like it. Thank you guys. Appreciate your
I owe
time.
you a
All right.
crossword puzzle.
Yes.
That's right. All right. Hey, thanks everybody. Until next time, be safe and keep on trucking.
See you, Aaron. See you guys.
Bye. Thanks.